Hey, Treasure and fans, Joe Pal Big D back here again with another week news announcement. And this is for, what is this for anyways? July 30th, 2019, which is literally 2 days before the end of July. We're almost at August. So those of you new to my channel, what I could do with this video is I'll talk about what's coming out on Blu-ray and DVD this week, next week, and anything majorly announced, which was quite a bit announced, although some of them I'm not quite too sure why. But, and then after that, I like to show you what I picked up last week. Usually new releases, what I picked up last week. And anything else I decide to shoot out there. So let's just get started. So this week, if you're looking to save money, this is the week to do it. Because there's not much coming out. To me, the biggest title coming out this week is Glory in 4K. I love that movie. Don't get me wrong. I'm totally picking that up. But otherwise, I'm not. I mean, there's some other stuff coming out, but I'm like, eh. But what we do have coming out is Shout Factory releasing Quartermass in the Pit, Part 1 and 2, and The Reptile, all tomorrow, along with Humanoids from the Deep, and that will be on a Steelbook release, actually. And Arrow Video is releasing a movie called Hellmaster tomorrow. Now, both the Shout Factory releases and the Arrow releases, those you're not going to be able to find pretty much anywhere unless you order them off like Amazon or off their actual websites. You're not going to find them if you walk into, a Best Buy or something like that. However, Glory you probably will find pretty much anywhere. Also, we have the movie Long Shots coming out tomorrow. That's the Seth Rogen movie with Charlize Theron. That should be able to find anywhere, along with the movie The Intruder and Domino, which I've already seen advertisements. I know that both Best Buy and Target will have those. The anime movie Ugly Dolls comes out tomorrow. I think that bombed in theaters. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it did. But that comes out tomorrow, and you should probably be able to find that everywhere. And then Vinegar Syndrome is releasing Play Dead. And then Warner Archives is releasing The Thin Man. Now, if you don't know about Warner Archives, usually you're not going to find those in stores. Usually you're going to have to order those either off of Amazon or the Warner Brothers website. Warner Brothers likes to do that. They have a bunch of their movies in their catalog. They won't do anything with it until you order it. So it's kind of like a video on demand almost thing. Like that, you order it, they print it, and they send you out a copy. So that's what's coming out this week. Which again, like I said, I'm really looking forward to Glory because I really do like Glory. I think it's a really great Civil War movie. And come on, Denzel Washington won Best Supporting Actor for that movie. So looking forward to that. But otherwise, that's probably all I'm going to pick up. Long Shots, maybe Black Friday. Otherwise, I'm good. So as for next week, which will be the 6th of August, we do have Arrow's releasing Alice, Sweet Alice. I am so looking forward to that. I've wanted to own that movie for years. I probably won't be able to get a day one on that, but I definitely will be getting that eventually because I've been wanting to watch the movie for years. Also, the big release coming out next week, we have Pokemon Detective Pikachu. And that'll be coming out on Blu-ray, DVD, 4K, and there is a Best Buy Steelbook on that one. Batman Hush does come out next week, and that looks really cool. La Llorona comes out next week. That's a horror movie about the Spanish kind of boogeyman almost, or boogie lady, should I say. Interested in that. Well, check it out. The movie Tolkien comes out next week, along with Strike Back Season 6. And then Lego Movies is releasing Batman Family Matters, and I believe it comes with a buildable Batmobile with it. So I'll admit, I usually kind of get those. I do like those, because they usually put exclusive minifigures in those things. I'm in. But the one I'm probably most excited about, and you should know because I always sign myself off doing this, but the movie What We Left Behind. It's a Shout Factory edition. It's a documentary about Star Trek Deep Space Nine, which, oddly enough, if you don't know, I have a vanity plate that says Deep Space Nine on the back of my car. And my wife and I were actually married on the bridge of the Enterprise, and we had our wedding reception in Quark's Bar, because remember the Star Trek experience in Las Vegas. So I'm really looking forward to that documentary. I've already pre-ordered it. Going to get it for sure. Oddly enough, next weekend, my wife and I will be celebrating our anniversary. So we're going to be watching that. A long story, I know. I do apologize. Probably a lot of stuff you don't really care about. But sometimes I kind of use this as my video log too. So for myself, a little diary. So, but that is what's coming out next week. Some good stuff. I will probably break my wallet for sure. But good thing there's nothing coming out this week. And then announcement-wise, now let's talk about announcements. So there's some really cool stuff they've announced, and some stuff that I will, when I get to it, I'll explain why. I'm like, why? So let's see here. We have Booksmart was released, has been announced for August 3rd. Just saw that in theaters. I didn't see it personally, but I went to the movies on Friday to go see Once a Time in Hollywood. That was playing at the theater also. And then a movie I'm really excited about because I'm a really big zombies fan. The Dead Don't Die, with this one with Bill Murray and Adam Driver. That comes out August 10th. I really wanted to see, but it's only playing in one theater pretty far away from me, so I just can't wait. Kino Video is releasing Wanted Dead or Alive, which oddly enough is a Rutger Hauer movie, which, rest in peace, Rutger Hauer. I was a big fan of his, and he did pass away last week. So they're releasing that on October 1st. Also, MVD is releasing a Rutger Hauer movie, A Split Second, which I really like that movie, and I've always wanted to get that on Blu-ray. And that'll be out, they said later this year. They don't have a tentative date for that yet. Kino is also releasing Trilogy of Terror 2. They released the first one, I want to say, is it early this year or late last year? And that'll be out October 1st as well. Boy, October really shaped up to be a big month. And then let's see, Arrow Video is releasing some titles that are coming out on October. They're usually around October 28th, stuff like that. But they're releasing special editions of American Werewolf in London, Ringu, Killer Man, and Nightbreed. Now, I'm a little bit torn on Nightbreed because I have the Shout Factory special edition of Nightbreed. I didn't really see much difference in there, and it kind of drives me nuts every once in a while where one company gets it, does a really cool special edition. I mean, they did it with the Thing. Shout Factory put out theirs and Arrow put out theirs, and I was like, man, there's stuff on both these things I want to get, but they're really expensive, so it's like, nah. So I'm not really sure on that because I'm a big Nightbreed fan. I just watched it a couple weeks ago, too. Love that movie. My dad really liked that movie, too. So those are coming out. And then the bigger titles released, Men in Black International has been announced for September 3rd. My brother said it was really good. He really enjoyed it, but I've heard mixed reviews from other people about it. But my brother and I have very similar tastes, so I probably will enjoy that. And then the Godzilla, the Show era films, they're releasing, I think it's Criterion's releasing the first 14 movies in the Godzilla series. So they expand from 1954 all the way through 1975. It's a big, huge box set, 8 discs. It's going to be really awesome. It comes out the 29th of October. And then probably the really big one, and it's still playing in theaters, is Rocket Man. Has been announced. That'll be out on the 27th of August, which is just literally a few weeks away. And there will be a steelbook with that one as well. So I'm not sure about Men in Black yet. I'm assuming there will be a steelbook because Best Buy released Men in Black Trilogy in steelbook, which I have. So be on the lookout for that. Now, here comes the ones I'm not too sure about. I know why Disney's doing this, but it kind of like, and I'll explain to you why. So Disney has announced coming out, these are all coming out September 10th. They're doing the same thing they just did with all the Thors and all the Iron Mans that are coming out in 2 weeks, which will all be 4K now. These movies are all coming out in 4K for the first time. These are Disney animated flicks. Now, the movies are the animated movie Aladdin, Cars 1 and 2, Finding Nemo and Finding Dory, Brave, Ratatouille, and Inside Out. Number one, well, I almost have to say why, but I'm also looking for where's Up, because that's one of my more favorite ones, and WALL-E. Those are my two favorite ones of the more modern era animated flicks, and none of those, but we got Ratatouille. You know, I don't get that, but what I also don't understand is, and I know it's a cash cow thing, they're going to put those out there because a bunch of people, ooh, they're 4K. What you need to understand about 4K is this. I just went through a huge, I had a demonstration done to me a little while ago on 4K. Why it looks certain way with certain films and why it looks certain way with other films. Now, movies nowadays are all filmed digitally. So they have, Blu-ray has 2,000 megapixels and 4K has 9,000 megapixels, right? And that's the maximum megapixels you can get for a Blu-ray disc and for a 4K disc. Now, the thing is, with movies made I think it's 2003, they were all shot on 35mm film or 70mm film. Now, with those movies, you have a lot more pixels to play around with. I want to say it's 40,000 for 35mm and something like 50,000 or something like that for 70mm film. You have a lot more pixels to play around with. So when you get an older movie, let's say, oh gosh, what's an older movie that just came out on 4K or is coming out on 4K? Let's take Apocalypse Now. That one's coming out. That movie's going to be a noticeably difference in the picture because it had a lot more pixels to play around with than they do in a 4K, than they do with a digital movie shot, within the last few years. With those are specifically shot with those in mind. They can only have a maximum amount of pixels of 9,000 for the 4K, and that's it. Where so that's all you're going to get. You're not going to get any more. Where you're able to have a lot more room to play with on a 35mm or a 70mm film. So that's why, unless with typical movies made nowadays are shot in digital, which you'll notice with 4K is you'll notice the colors will seem more vibrant, but you won't see more detail, anything like that. The older movies are shot, the movies that come out like Glory. I was excited about Glory. That'll be another one. where they're able to streamline them a lot more. And with all those extra pixels, what they're able to do is, that's why you're going to see like a lot of cool stuff. Like you'll see a lot more detail in shirts, or like facial details. You'll see a lot more. You'll see a lot more vibrant colors, but you'll also see, like, the grain will be much more pronounced, so it'll look more the way it did, and it enhances a lot more of the features on an older movie than it does a more modern movie. So I noticed this recently. I watched the New York Ripper, which is a Blue Underground release, and they remastered it in 4K. And they also put the regular the Blu-ray in there as well. And you could definitely notice a difference. You definitely notice a difference between, I'm sorry, no, my old Blu-ray had of it. You could definitely notice a difference in the picture quality versus the Blu-ray and then the new 4K master. Everything looks a little bit clearer. Everything's a little more sharper. There's a lot more detail you can notice you were able to notice before. The colors do pop out a lot more. It's just it's more of a better viewing experience. So they're releasing all these animated films, which are all digital, number one, and number two, they're all colorful in the first place. So the only thing you're really gonna get out of these is just more of a vibrant color, but you're not gonna get any better picture quality. So for me, I'm fine with my Cars 1 and 2 the way they are. I have Blu-rays of. I have Blu-rays of all those movies. Do I have Blu-rays of all those movies? I might not have Ratatouille, but the rest of them I have Blu-rays of all those movies, and I'm fine with those. But I know it's just a cash grab with Disney. They're like, just throw all this out. Just throw every movie we made now in 4K because everybody's going to buy it. So it's kind of like, man. And there are a lot of people out there that are going to buy all those movies, and I feel sorry for them because they're going to be $30 a pop. And if you do that, I would say if you're really interested in getting those, and I don't see anything wrong with it. If you really want to get that, that's fine. If you want the more bright, because I'm just saying for my own personal feelings. But if you're really going to want to get one of those, I would wait. I guarantee you, majority of those will be on sale for Black Friday week. I guarantee that Best Buy is going to have some of those on sale for Black Friday. Walmart will have some of those, so will Target. There will be some of those 4K titles on sale. You'll be able to get them much, much cheaper than the $30 price tag they're all going to have right now. That's the other problem, too. I always think that if they're going to re-release a movie that's already been out and not too long ago came out, and they're obviously now they're going to release it on 4K, I don't think you should be paying $40 for it. They've already made all their money off that movie. There's no reason to be paying like $30 for it. They should be around $20. I don't think they should be that expensive. You're not really getting anything more other than a more enhanced picture on it. They're not really adding more features to the movie like that, because the Blu-ray that's in there is still the same Blu-ray that was in the Blu-ray you probably had before. You're just getting the 4K enhanced picture now. So that's my soapbox. I do apologize if that drives anybody nuts. Like I said, I understand if you want to get them. I'm just saying for my own personal taste, it just seems like it's a cash grab scheme, and I've fallen into it. Look at me. I went back out and bought the first two Captain America movies when they came out on 4K. Well, they were steelbooks, because I want to have all the Captain America movies in steelbook. I didn't really need them, but I got them. So it's just. Yeah, it's just that way. So that's my soapbox thing. Let me know in the comments down below, how do you feel about that? I mean, I've noticed lately that Disney's releasing everything they got in a 4K. Some of it makes sense, but a lot of it doesn't make sense to me. So with that, that's it for what's coming out this week. Next week's announced. Now let's talk about what I picked up this week. So I only picked up 3 titles this week, new release-wise. You will see a video later on this week where it was my birthday last week. So I did do a massive trade-in, and I got a ton of stuff. Matter of fact, the video's going to be kind of long for how much stuff I got. So be looking out for that later on this week. But let me talk about what new releases I got. The first one I did pick up Critters Attack, of course. I had to pick this up. I love the Critters movies. I've heard some mixed reviews on this, but don't care. As long as these little guys are rolling around, running amok, I'm in. So I picked up that. I did also get the Alita 4K Steelbook, which is really cool about this is there's 3D. I don't even have 3D, but there's still a 3D disc in there, which is amazing because they usually don't do that anymore. So I did pick this. I love this Steelbook. It's very cool. It's all gloss. I mean, it's all flat black, but it's really cool. Of course, there's nothing on the back, but I'm really stoked on this. And actually, apparently, this is really hard to find. Like, I managed to pre-order it, so it was there waiting for me when I got to Best Buy that day. But they were like the two or three different Best Buys I went to over the weekend, all sold out. So it's gone pretty quick. The last thing I did pick up, and the majority of people picked up the Target exclusive on this, but I went to Best Buy because I like the caricature on the front a little bit more, and that is I did pick up the new Hellboy. I know I've heard mixed things about it. Some people said this, that, and the other thing about it, but I do like the guy who's playing Hellboy. I think he's really good in Stranger Things, and I'm sure I'm going to like this. I can almost guarantee it. So I never usually go along with the critics. I'm usually kind of the opposite side of the critics a lot of times. So I did pick that up. The lag doesn't have too much on it, but it's still a really cool steelbook. So that's what I picked up new release-wise last week. Wasn't a whole lot, but there wasn't a whole lot that was announced. So, yeah. So that is it. Be on the lookout for this week. So with all that said, be on the lookout for this week. Like I said, I'll be putting out my birthday haul, which is massive. I'm also going to be doing... I didn't get my horror pack last week. Apparently, it's not supposed to be in here till Wednesday. So be on the lookout on Wednesday. We'll post my horror pack unboxing. And then also I'll be doing, later on in the week, I'll be doing a review. I did see, like I said earlier, I did see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So I'm going to do a really quick review on that, which, by the way, I did really like the movie a lot. So be on the lookout for that. With that all being said, thank you guys all so much for watching. I did manage to get back to all my comments. So the people have been leaving comments. Thank you so much. And please continue to leave the comments because it's awesome. I love what people are saying. People are telling me some of the movies they enjoy. And it's really cool. And give me some great recommendations. Please share the video. You guys have been doing really awesome with that because I've gotten a bunch more new subscribers recently. And thank you guys all for doing that. And welcome aboard to all my new subscribers. Otherwise, click the like button if you joined the video. Subscribe if you want to see more videos by me. The bell will tell you when I put the videos up. And thank you again so much for watching. It's a crazy world, isn't it? Everybody take care. Always keep hunting because you never know what you're going to find. And as always, live long and prosper.